Hi everyone! Did you know that in Spain, saying adiós to someone can actually mean hello? Yup, that was one of the many things that surprised me when I first moved here, and honestly kind of made me question everything I knew about good manners. As you've probably guessed by now, Spain is my home. I live here, I love it here, and I speak about it a lot. But I wasn't born in Spain. I'm actually from the beautiful country of Kazakhstan. Big love to everyone tuning in from Kazakhstan today. While moving to Spain has been one of the best adventures in my life, it certainly came with a few cultural surprises. So today I'm going to share a few things that left me completely confused at first, not because they're wrong, but because they're different and funny and kind of brilliant once you've figured them out. Let's start with something that threw me off right away: the bus situation. In Kazakhstan, when someone older steps onto the bus, you stand up. Pregnant women, of course. Elderly, sure. But also, anyone who looks like they could be 5 minutes older than you stand. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but let's say 15, 20 years older than you, then it's totally normal to give up your seat for them. It's an automatic sign of respect. So picture me sitting on the bus in Spain, glancing around, watching a woman in her 50s standing nearby, and no one is moving. I was ready to launch myself into the air like a superhero, but everyone else? Chilled, calm, unbothered. Turns out that in Spain, you only give up your seat if the person clearly needs it. Someone elderly, pregnant, or injured. Otherwise, standing up may actually make them feel uncomfortable, as if you're saying, "Excuse me, señora, you look ancient." So yeah, lesson learned. I now stay seated, but on a slight alert, scanning for canes and baby bumps, just in case. Another thing that surprised me was saying adiós as a greeting. In Kazakhstan, and I'm pretty sure in the majority of other places, when you see someone, you usually say hi. But in Spain, people would walk past me, make eye contact, and say adiós. And I was like, sorry? Adiós? What's happening? Shouldn't like an hola come first or something? I genuinely thought I'd done something wrong. But no, it turns out that adios in a situation like that is a pretty normal way of acknowledging somebody you know who's passing by. It's pretty much an hola, but it's just adios for some reason. Totally normal, but the first few times, I felt like I'd been dismissed by half the neighborhood. Now let's talk about ordering in restaurants and cafés, which was quite an experience. Back in the days, I learned the super polite, very official way of ordering a coffee in Spanish. ¿Podría por favor ponerme un café con leche? I was applying for coffee loan. Full sentence, polite tone, emotional vulnerability. Then I get to Spain, all ready to impress, and suddenly overhear the guy at the next table telling the waitress, "Me pones un café?" That's it. No, please, no, would you mind? Just put me a coffee. And I thought to myself, excuse me, that sounds like something you would tell your assistant, not a stranger behind the counter. But apparently it's not rude. It's just how many people order things here. It's quick, casual, and totally acceptable. Sure, there are more polite ways of saying that, but no one's raising eyebrows over a "me traes" or "me pones un café." If anything, sounding too formal makes you look like you memorized it off page 12 of a grammar book. But I have to admit that until now, I still struggle to just say "me traes" or "me pones un café." It just feels too direct for me. So I usually add a little porfa at the end and throw in an extra smile just in case. ¿Me pones un café, porfa? And finally, let's talk about usted, or rather the mysterious disappearance of it. If you studied Spanish in school, you probably learned that usted is the respectful, polite way to talk to strangers, elders, authority figures, you name it. It was drilled into us. Use usted, or risk social collapse. So when I arrived in Spain, my usted was polished and practiced. Disculpe usted, ¿podría ayudarme, por favor? But here's the twist. No one else was using it. Not the cashier, not my neighbors, not even someone's grandma. Everybody was throwing around tú like it was the only pronoun left. So I sounded like I was asking for permission to enter a royal banquet. Turns out in Spain, tú is the norm. It's warm, familiar, and it's used in most everyday interactions. Usted still exists, of course, but it's reserved for really formal situations or when you're talking to someone significantly older and you don't know them well. At first, this felt totally wrong to me. Because back in Kazakhstan, if you switch to informal speech too early, it can come across as really rude. Мои казахстанцы, подтвердите это в комментариях и поддержите это видео лайком, ведь, как говорит древняя казахская мудрость, лайктар өзімен-өзі жиналмайды. Now I tuteo like a local, unless I'm talking to someone elderly, the police, or someone in serious authority, just in case. So yeah, none of these things were actually rude. They were just different. And when I got used to them, I kind of fell in love with how honest, direct, and casual people are here. If you've ever had one of those, oh wait, what just happened moments here in Spain, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear your stories. And if you've recently arrived here or just traveling, make sure to check out my other video on practical and useful advice on how to tip in Spain. I break it down in an easy way with examples, and trust me, it'll help you avoid those awkward situations. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your fellow confused but curious expats. See you in the next video, or should I say adiós or hola or something.